If you like what you watch, then don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for the latest updates on The More Show. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel for new weekly television and radio shows.
Wendy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Now, Wendy, just for the audience, you've always had a spiritual gift as such, haven't you?
Yes.
And obviously, you've carried this gift into your later life, and you've now developed it to become a medium that's been 35 years giving readings. What's that journey been like?
It's always a learning curve. Every day is a learning curve, as we know. It's basically I've learned to embrace my gifts and also hopefully open up other channels that I've been afraid to open up.
And why have you been afraid to open those channels up?
Like everyone else, the fear of failure or having to prove myself and not coming up to scratch. I've never feared one-to-one reading simply because, as I say, I have energies that work through me. Gifts come through you, not from you. And it's just the fear of looking stupid, I suppose.
Yeah, because you know, telephone readings is something that you sort of stray away from that, don't you? Why is that?
I need direct contact with people. I believe whatever around somebody, if I take an object off of somebody, I hold it, and it's basically the energy that's in the object or the crystal ball, and then I pick up what's around them. Then I start to talk, and then somebody takes over. Sometimes it's just me, other times it isn't. And it's very much a situation of all of a sudden I know all about them, then I can't stop talking until whatever I have to tell them, it comes out.
You see, that is different to other mediums and psychics, isn't it? I mean, they don't have that ability just to tune in like you do.
I've been doing it a long time. I've always been able to do that because the demonstrations I have done in public, not on the television, it is basically I've always done the psychometry or crystal ball, and I can, which I am lucky, be able to do that.
Do you doubt yourself?
Constantly, yes.
Why?
I think I should do more than what I actually do. It's like with the mediumship side. I've always wondered why I don't get names. That's always annoyed me. But I do see people, I feel them, I know what they've done, they tell me things. But people want names. And I just find that I've never get a name unless it's somebody that's in, on the living plane. And that annoys me. There's other times I have to feel I've done right by that person when I read for them, that they go away more positive, and I've helped them in some way. That their experience has been beneficial to them.
Yeah. And do you see that person again many times, or?
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I don't allow it too much. I don't like people to use me as a crutch because they have to get on with the world. But if people get comfort, and I do suggest sometimes even going to wherever they feel, even the church or something like that, wherever they feel that they can get the answers from. But some people just need to be reassured all the time. And because I've known all about them and they haven't told me about themselves, that gives them, I have sort of precedence over who else they go to because they haven't told me anything about themselves. I've told them, they haven't told me. And that is why I suppose my information to them is probably more valuable because I haven't asked them, which some people do. And it varies from person to person. I have worked with the famous and the poor, if you understand. I mean, it doesn't matter to me which walk of life somebody comes from, they're just as important. When I'm reading someone, a brass band could be playing beside me and it wouldn't interfere with me because they become like a part of my bubble and nothing else interferes with that because they're all assuming all important while I'm reading them.
But why do you think people come to you? I mean, what makes someone come to yourself?
They're seeking answers because they can't get them from other places. More and more people now are wanting the meaning of life. And I will say to people who live to 1 million will still be looking for that one. But it's because everything in the world is such in a state. Every place we look, we pick up a paper, there's no good news anywhere. And people want to know there's something better than what they've got. Or more and more people now are aware or becoming aware there's more to this life than what we see. And it frightens them.
Yeah, I mean, just talking about the state of the world and everything, I mean, have we got things right, do you think?
No, far from it. I do believe that love, for want of a better word, or just caring or smiling at a stranger or saying hello to somebody is a positive energy.
So why don't we do that, though?
Because everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid of being nice to somebody because somebody thinks, well, why are they being nice to me? What do they want? Years ago, that didn't happen. Communities stayed together, neighbours helped each other. Nowadays, people think, what are they after? What are they doing? It's right away we're on the defensive. Because of the state of the world, we don't even know the name of our next door neighbour, some people, let alone who's down the street.
Well, you know, you can go in an elevator when you live in a block of apartments and they just don't speak to each other.
And this is why people like myself have become more and more, I suppose, important to them. And yet they ring up psychic lines. I'm not saying all of them are bad, because that would be lying. Some people are probably genuinely quite good and caring. But I do honestly think a lot of people are just doing that for money. Do you understand that there's organisations, every time you pick up a book, there is phone this line, phone that line. And I honestly need personal contact. That doesn't mean to say every other medium
But we
does.
can all, I mean, surely all answers lie within, don't they?
Not necessarily. We're born pure. Regardless, I don't think we're born with the sins of our father. I do think our brain is an organic computer that houses many things that part of us we've forgotten, and some things will be revealed at a later date if we're meant to know. Now, as a child grows, it's influenced by its environment, its schooling, its colour, its creed, its religion, and so forth. Now, many things, we're very fragile. Our psyche is a very, very fragile thing. There's more and more people suffering from depression. People are losing their jobs, children leaving home. We're having more and more redundancies, and everything is at a state of no return. It's not going to get better for a while. It will get better. But we have to turn to things what our parents did in the war, or our grandparents, I should say. And that is learn to get along with each other, learn to do things that doesn't cost anything. Our children now, have you seen the adverts on the TV for Christmas?
Yeah.
Isn't that terrifying? Your Johnny wants this aeroplane or this whatever, it's only £150.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. That means they don't eat for a fortnight or something, you know, for that.
Yeah.
And the parent is made to feel guilty. The schools now have no discipline. We're going to a stage now where, when I was young, I don't know about you, you didn't answer your parents back, or it was what for. Now children are very disrespectful. Nobody goes or learns about, for want of God. God is just a format of learning what to do is good and what not to do. It's discipline in some ways. And the school did. To be kind to people is godly. Do you understand? It doesn't mean to say that you have to go to church to be godly.
So it's as simple as showing a bit of love.
Compassion.
And compassion.
Empathy. Not to feel sorry for somebody. It's not good feeling sorry for somebody. What does that do for the person? It makes them feel worse. If you have empathy, like I do when I read people, I understand that, and I could then look at ways of helping that person through what they're actually going through, not just what I assume that they're going through.
Okay, so what would you want to, what would be one sort of last message you'd like to sort of give to the audience?
Just smile at a stranger. Say hello.
It's as simple as that.
It's simple as that.
Well, Wendy, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
For more information on Wendy, visit my website, themoreshow.co.uk. Stay tuned, I'll see you after the break.
Visit themoreshow.co.uk/shop to purchase products and services from your favourite past guests. If you're new to this site, you can also catch up on the previous television and radio shows through YouTube and the More Show website.